Now, imagine a communicator, now a host of a program going to be one of the topics of discussion. Not the NDC nipe. Now going to one from NPP communicator. In so NPP communicator notwithstanding, or yeah, there or the same or the NDC. Now, this is actually one of the best interesting communication or interviews I mean within a very long time. From here, for my family Kosika. More video no. Nti ebi abomata na share video no be so nsanka video. Na we are share video.
Because your fact does not necessarily represent the truth because your fact has not been established.
What's the fact?
They getting into a fraudulent activity has not, or contract has not been established. I hope you agree with that too.
It hasn't been established by who?
Your government. My point. I'm not done. I'll let you come in.
In 2015,
firstly, hold on.
The government of the day goes.
Hold on.
No.
Firstly,
will you permit me?
Yes,
to
I'll permit
to
you.
your
I will.
interjection,
I will.
Since you want
Firstly,
to railroad me
of the fraudulent. Your fraudulent contract has not been established by the same government. Okay. 2, that same company that you claim had gone into a fraudulent activity with the government of Ghana.
Which company?
Sought to engage.
Which company?
Methylenus.
No. Ameri.
No.
Ameri.
You are saying that, hold on. Ameri is a middleman.
Ameri is a middleman.
First of all, wait, hold on.
First of all, you want to debate on the side of the opposition.
No. Because you are making a point, and I want to establish it. Let's all understand it. That Ameri went into a deal. They were working with Metka. You say Metka, Ameri's deal was fraudulent. But in working with Metka, the same Metka you wanted to engage. In fact, it was the same Metka that it was the same Metka
company.
Fine. I don't disagree with that.
Good.
It's the same Metka.
I want to agree. We agree on that. We are aligned on that.
That you wanted to engage in services. Are you aware that we had in the contract that you are responsible for maintaining the unit before handing over to us? Are you aware of that?
What is obvious to the viewers now is the simple fact that you want to distract from something I've been consistent on this very morning on the show.
That's unfair to my person.
It's unfair to me as well for you to say that I haven't established certain things as far as I'm concerned. But the point is this: Ameri was a made-up company. Metka isn't. Metka has a history of having worked in other countries. That's fact. So the miscellaneous that you brought into it, maybe you were unaware that it was the same as Metka. Ameri was not. Who? I said who was miscellaneous that myself you mentioned. Was you mentioned it. You mentioned it as well, that they are the ones doing the work. And I've said it. I even told you, even before you even mentioned it. I said that Metka, aka Mitelinos, whatever way you want to call it, are the ones that did the work. So Ameri is not a company. Ameri is a fraudulent theme. What is synonymous with Ameri is fraud and corruption. So if you want to stay on it, that's your cup of tea. But the government of the day has moved on from there. Why? Because they've seen the value in not sticking to the mess that was created. They've seen the value that in the propaganda that is championed on some of these platforms by some of these people that you allow to do so. The truth still remains: over 1,600 megawatts of power has been added to the grid since 2017 by this very government. That if you want to say that political scores is being that's what we seek to do. The point is, in fact, I wish we would actually show the power enclave. Although I'm sure the producer will not allow it. Where is it? You haven't shown it. This is a video. This is a complete video that shows what is going to happen in that very home state that the plant has gone to. It doesn't negate the fact that $510 million went to a company that was set up 2 months ago before a signing. If you come and say that something on the floor of Parliament, it wasn't even debated on the floor of Parliament. As far as I'm concerned, it was a committee level that it went to. Nobody signed anything, as far as I'm concerned, on Ameri till the changes, as far as the move is concerned, came to be. This video, if you would allow us to, you are showing still photos. There's a whole video with it's literally a documentary. I mean, this thing is less than 5 minutes. If we want our viewers to get
I've been
full
showing
benefits,
this video you have on your phone. I've been showing it from last week. You have not been watching.
I'm on the show
so
now.
You see, I don't like your posture of trying to attack in a very subtle manner. It's very unfair.
But you always attack the government of the day.
I don't mind. Yes, because it's my job to question the government. When they question
it's your right.
You call it an attack.
Right,
but when in your response, you do not have to posture yourself as though you are attacking. It is unfair. Go back on
the table
on the social
without
media.
prior notice, and you're talking about a particular incident. Why will you not show the video to give good context to what we are saying? Because she's repeatedly said fanfare. You've aligned with fanfare. You've aligned with razzmatazz of the government of the day.
Fanfare.
So just put the video
how
there.
Did I align with? How did I align with fanfare?
Am I asking for too much? If you show this video right now,
okay. How did I? No, maybe Vanessa, you can find it. How did I align with fanfare?
Video so that when we cause the impression being created, and I'm saying so because you've aligned with that impression.
Let me even ask you,
it is a fanfare.
What is that video going to? What's the value the video going to add?
I'm telling you that it shows what the vision is. It shows what is actually happening.
The video.
So it puts into context what government is doing.
Car power, TT3. Which of those plants that she has mentioned did they bring to Ghana? She should point one. Your
reasoning and your logic in trying to point out these plants. I'm saying that in the same vein, you make the argument that certain things that came about into being, no matter how mediocre or myopic it was, to your credit, you want us to take responsibility for it and admit that you brought it into being. At the same time, when these plants are working, you want to say that you want to take credit for it.
Okay.
Since you are the energy expert in this field.
I'll answer you, but can I ask you?
Car power was running in Tema.
I'm asking you. Wait, you've asked me a question. Let me answer. So
the answer I actually need, which hasn't been answered, and that was in the very beginning, was the value of the $510 million.
Wait.
That's where we start from. Was it actually $510 million? That question hasn't been answered. Because Annie is telling me that it is not true.
Let me answer.
No, I'm saying that we start from that very initial cardinal sin of $510 million for a company that was in non-existence and subsequently became famous.
No, Annie, this is not fair. I need to make my point.
The legitimate question I have to ask you, Beatrice is a lawyer, unless maybe I'm wrong, is that your fact has not been established, and your fact does not necessarily represent the truth. You know that if I tell you that,
you set a question,
if I tell
you don't even have the details of it, and at the very center of the conversation, you tell me that my facts are not facts. At the same time, some of the things I have said were even new to you to be verified. How do you set a question and not even for your own self know the facts before we proceed into a conversation?
Your phone
That's the question I want to ask.
If I tell you your phone in front of you, maybe
it's Samsung,
no,
not iPhone.
Let's say it's Samsung, it's not iPhone, all right? And I don't prove why it is Samsung and not iPhone. Does that mean what I'm saying? It might be true, it might be false, but does that mean what I'm saying necessarily represent the truth?
No. I have
to go beyond certain doubts to prove that indeed it's a Samsung.
What are the doubts and what are the conversations? Because you set a question. No,
okay, Beatrice, go ahead.
Please, now I'm clearly. I know she's siding with you on this. But I want to understand something.
You don't need to understand. I have my point to make. You made your point. We paid excess capacity because President John Mahama brought excess capacity, and we had to pay for it.
Really?
That's what you said.
But you just said that. You said that. You created an avenue to explain what excess capacity was.
Yes, I explained.
Excess capacity is not. You don't need to take energy classes to understand excess capacity. 2,500 megawatts.
Akosia has masters in the energy economics.
But I don't. I'm humble enough not to go on set and pretend I'm an energy expert.
Please, you've had your time. Be civil and let me have my time. My point is
I'll be civil as long as the language is decent enough for
my
viewers.
Point is that, Annie, it is the hypocrisy.
You listen to comprehend, not to rebut. You listen to comprehend and not just to rebut. So I said in my submission that by 2017 there was 2,500.
You said you haven't read.
I read before I can. You don't read.
So to manage expectations,
you read and you couldn't explain what excess capacity is.
To manage expectations, you say,
that you did not know.
I wasn't given the
That we
topic.
didn't
So
know.
I'm
she
going for a
read,
break.
Failed.
But I want
Provisionary.
Akosha Menu, I am not
To absorb the excess
Akosha
capacity.
Menu,
That is what you want to tell us today.
I'm saying it again before I go for a break, that
Huh.
you accuse someone of something, you prove.
It wasn't
Getting
was
upset
it not
with me.
$510 million that went into this transaction.
And was it established that
tell me-
100 and
if
how
you
much
tell me
50,
was
that you
50
disagree,
was fraud?
if you disagree with that, tell me what the counter is.
Agree with
I
you.
think today my point has been well made, and the
Yes.
viewers will appreciate the
The
difference
point has
this
been
morning.
made that
Thank
you
you very
didn't-
much.
I'm
For
sorry,
campaigns that
you
you have
didn't-
failed.
you didn't read
You're ready to
Akosha.
rebuild less than 4 years, flag bearer. That's
No,
what you
Akosha,
feel.
you just
with
didn't
chicken
read.
In intake. You can imagine the furore discoursed. Is this man Wabodamana? What is he talking about? That this, what is the Ghana card? What is system? How could it be so much more valuable? I'll just give you a few reasons. And it wasn't said, cavalierly. There was thinking to that statement, and I wanted people to think about it. For the first time in our history as a country, we have a unique identity system, which is biometric. So we can uniquely identify every individual, whether they are alive or dead, right? We can uniquely identify every individual. So immediately, if you can uniquely identify each individual, the case of ghost names on our public sector payroll will become a thing of the past immediately once we do it. And I'm working with controller here. We're doing a lot of good work on the controller payroll database and cleaning it up. If you look at what has happened recently, National Service Scheme, we found 14,000 ghost workers, saved annually 114 million Ghana cedis to the public exchequer from 14,000, just from one institution, National Service, 14,000 ghost workers, because we look for unique identity. Just a couple of days ago, SNIT reported finding 27,000 ghost pensioners. 27,000 ghost pensioners. And they were being paid 327 million Ghana cedis a year. Two institutions, you add a yearly savings that these discoveries have made, just in two institutions, 441 million Ghana cedis. Over 10 years, you are talking of over 4 billion Ghana cedis. This is just two institutions, and you can be sure that when we go through every institution, you will see that we will be able to eliminate all ghost workers thanks to the Ghana card. As a result of the Ghana card, we've made it the tax identification number for everybody. When we came into office in 2017, only 4% of adults in Ghana had a tax identification number. 4%. And you can see most of those are in the formal sector. Not many who will be registered for taxes. We said, let's make the Ghana card number the tax identification number. Immediately we did that. The number of people that have tax identification numbers have suddenly gone up from 4% to 85%. And that is it. So now the taxman knows exactly who has filed, who has not filed at any particular time. And not only do we know them, we also have their digital address, so we know where they live. So tax collection is going to take a different path going forward because we now have the data. Fake birth certificates was a big problem, for our country. And it made it very difficult for people to trust our documents at embassies and everywhere because people would just go and have fake birth certificates. But when we went to the births and deaths registry, we found three different databases. We had to harmonize the databases. But once you have unique identity, you will not have fake birth certificates. There will be no football age versus normal age. that business will come to an end. I mean, recently, you will know that I think our women's team was banned for presenting some overage players. Hopefully, now we are going to strictly require that they bring their Ghana cards before they are going to be registered to play. Today, with your Ghana card, the Ghana card is, the banks are very happy with it because it gives all the KYC a bank needs. One of the problems we have had is for people to open bank accounts. But today, if you have a Ghana card and a mobile phone, you don't have to fill any form at all. You can just dial a USSD code and put in your Ghana card ID, and a bank account will be open for you, and you can start transactions immediately. So we are bringing in financial inclusion. When we came into office, the proportion of adults with bank accounts was less than 40%. Today, because of mobile money interoperability and the Ghana card,